goddess of harvest, agriculture, and fertility. The Greek word for mother is meter, which is in my name. I'm one of the original 12 Olympians, and I have a daughter named Persephone. It's a long story, but basically she was taken from me by my brother Hades, the god of the underworld. I had to ask my other brother Zeus for help. You all know him, he's king of the gods. Anyways, he finally helped me to get her back, but she was strict at eating pomegranate seeds, so she got bound to the underworld. I'll explain more later. My parents are Kronos, king of the Titans and god of time, and Rhea, known as the Great Mother. She produced all plant life and has power over the animals. Her favorite is the lion. Now, my dad Kronos is an interesting character. He overthrew his father Uranus and ruled the world with my mom, Rhea. My grandparents are Uranus and Gaia. Back to Kronos. He was told that one of his kids was going to overthrow him, like he had done to his father. So, to prevent that from happening, we were born, he swallowed us. But when his sixth son Zeus was born, my mom hid him in a cave and wrapped a rock in his clothes. When Zeus grew up, he disguised himself and poisoned my dad's wine, which caused him to throw all of us up. I know, it sounds crazy, but it's true. I had 3 brothers, Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon. I also had 2 sisters, Hera and Hestia. Unlike most gods and goddesses, I only had one half-sibling, Chiron. He's famous for wisdom and knowledge of medicine. I had one daughter, Persephone. She was the goddess of spring, and queen of the underworld. She was my entire life, and I loved her. Well, Hades liked her too and wanted her to be his wife, but her father Zeus said no. One day, while Persephone was in the flower field with her friends, the earth opened up and Hades came out with his chariot and 4 black horses and took Persephone. I searched everywhere for her. I spent so much time doing it that I forgot about the harvest. Food and crops stopped growing and the people on the earth were dying, but I didn't care. I needed to get Persephone back. Well, Zeus saw what was happening and sent his messenger Hermes to negotiate with Hades. He eventually agreed, but before she left, secretly had her eat 6 pomegranate seeds, which bound her to the underworld. To prevent the earth from dying, Zeus made a deal that Persephone would stay in the underworld with Hades for 6 months, and me with the other 6 months. When she's in the underworld, I get sad that when winter comes, no crops grow. But when I get her back, I'm very happy. The crops go and the land becomes fertile again. I have lots of powers, but to name a few, I could control the harvest, the growth of crops and of grains, and make people starve. I didn't use these powers until someone made me mad. I didn't like when Persephone would wander off. We all know what happened the last time she did that.
Okay, Mom.
I have small control over the weather, but that's not the one I am known for. Just like my daughter Persephone, I have power over the seasons, which are now known as fall, spring, summer, and winter. My last power is that I can speak to animals. I can summon, control, and turn myself into them. Like every god or goddess, I am represented by a few symbols: cornucopia, wheat, a torch, and bread. These symbols represent agriculture, since after all, I am the goddess of agriculture. Along with those symbols, I am associated with the serpent. The serpent represents rebirth in nature and fertility of the earth. Of course, my chariot is drawn by 2 winged serpents. I would like to say that I was a caring mom. I love my daughter dearly. I could have been a better communicator, instead of being so strict. When I was with my daughter, I was loving and caring, but when she went back to the underworld, I couldn't help the crops grow. I got sad as the crops stopped growing as I spent too much time thinking about Persephone. I wasn't great at being balanced either. I thought about the crops and my daughter, but not much else. Oh my, look at the time. It's already spring again. I must go tend to the crops. My apologies, humans. Toodaloo.